Hey, hello everyone. In this video we're going to be making a basic room. Now, I'm going to split this video into about, I don't know, four, maybe three parts, just so, it'll fit on YouTube but still give you the quality that you need to see what I'm doing. So, just a review, this is the 2D view right here, and you can pan around in this view by holding down the right mouse button and just dragging your mouse. You can pan around and you zoom by using your scroll wheel. This over here is a 3D view. There's currently nothing in it, so it's just a gray box with nothing to see. And in this view again, you right click and you can drag and look around. You can't really see right now. And then this down here is just your steps, what's loaded, and autosave stuff, junk like that. And you look down here. And this is your textures area right here. Okay. Now, before we get started, I want you to just look at my 2D view right here as I zoom in. Right now, there's a 4x4 box in these larger black lines. I want to make this more detailed, so we're going to go up here to Grid, and we're going to select Grid 2. And that gives us a ton more spaces in between these long, or the thicker black lines. Okay, so, before we get started, I'm going to create a perspective for myself. We're going to right click in our 2D view, go to Actor, Ally, Marine, AT4 combo. And now we have a character. Now, this guy, if you go here in my 3D view, this guy is the exact same size as the player in the game. So this will give you a very good idea on how large your map is compared to the player. We're just going to use this guy to, compare our map to the player. Now, to deselect this guy, just hit escape, and you'll see he turns blue, and to select him, you hold shift and you left click, and now he turns red. That's how you deselect and select everything. Okay, now that we have our guy, we're going to start making the room. Now we're going to make a floor, and we're going to right click and hold, and just drag out a simple square like so. Now, we're going to make this a lot bigger. Now, what you want to do is, if I were to left click and hold on this square, I can pan it around and put it wherever I want. But I want to keep it right there. But I want to stretch out this side and this side, so that we have a decent sized floor for this guy to walk on. What we do is we hold the left mouse button on this side, and then we can drag it out whatever we want. Now notice, if I go too far, all this error comes up over here, saying brush encountered, degenerated brush, or some crap. That's just saying that you can't collapse a brush in on itself. So just know that. So I'm just going to stretch this out to about there, and we'll go to about there. Now, as you can see in the 3D view, this floor is way too thick. But before I go and fix that, I'm going to change the texture here. What we're going to do is go up to Textures, and we're going to go to Usage and Tools. Now I have all the tools brushes in here. I'll talk about these more later. And we're going to select the clock. And this is the basic texture for everything until you apply a grass texture or some kind of texture on it. Okay, so as you can see, this is really thick. Now what we're going to do is you're going to hit Control Tab. And now we have a side view in our 2D view screen. Now what we're going to do, excuse me, is we're going to left click on the top here, and we're going to drag this down. Now, by default, in the game, a floor is 8 units thick. So, 8 units is, if you were to go to grid and select 1, 8 of these things is the size of the floor. So, what we're going to do is we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. that's a proper size of a floor. And I'm going to change my grid back to 2, just because I like it at 2. And now we have a proper floor. And that's the end of part 1. And I'll have more parts completing the basic room.